Member SIPC.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Good afternoon, Lander sports fans. The Lander Valley Tigers are on the air. The Lady Tigers against the number one team in the state, the Douglas Bearcats. And these two teams met earlier this season, and Lander came up on the short end of the score that time. It was 58-47, I think, something like that. Anyway, this is the state semifinal of the Class 3A tournament. Ernie Over, along with Josh Henninger here at Thunderbird Gymnasium on the campus of Casper College, where we're getting ready for this 3A semifinal game. Looking at what's happened in the bracket so far, Lander got to this game with a 52-45 win over Newcastle, and Douglas beat Mountain View 64-40 to get into this game. On the other side of the bracket, it was Buffalo over Pinedale 65-48, and Lyman defeated Torrington 47-35. So the two semifinals here on the girls' side, Lander Valley and Douglas in one bracket, and Buffalo and Lyman on the other. In games today, Newcastle beat Mountain View and eliminated the Buffaloes from the tournament 58-40, and it was a humdinger of a game. Torrington 59 and Pinedale 58, and Pinedale was eliminated from the tournament. And so that sets up the consolation bracket contest tomorrow at 9 o'clock here at Casper College between Newcastle and Torrington. We've seen a lot of good basketball this weekend, Josh.
Yeah, a lot of good basketball in that previous matchup for the Tigers. Newcastle kept it close the entire time. Lander definitely came in as the underdog in that contest, with Newcastle being one of the two teams that were ranked above the Tigers throughout the entire season, the other team being these Douglas Lady Bearcats. Tigers did a really good job with ball security and forcing turnovers, and they had great three-point shooting. I believe they finished the contest over 50% in three-point field goals, whereas if you remember, in that regional final against the Lyman Lady Eagles, Tigers did not hit a single three-pointer. And for Douglas in that matchup against Mountain View, I stuck around because it was right after the Lander game yesterday. Mountain View kept it close. They cut it down to single digits there in the third quarter, and then Douglas's speed and size advantage pretty much took over. They have a really good zone defense, a great transitional offense as well. They're super fast. They go on the fast break a lot after forcing turnovers. So that'll be things Tigers need to look for defensively in this contest.
Two of the starters for the Douglas Bearcats, Allison Olson, had 25 in the game against Mountain View, and sister Lauren Olson had 14. Also scoring high was Brooke Wright, and she had a total of 8 points. In the Tigers' win over the Newcastle Doggies, it was Talene Tendor with 17 points, Ryan Bell with 16, and Whitney Hansen with 10. You're listening to the Bailey Enterprises Go with Bailey. The Bailey Tire and Oil Service Center in Lander and Riverton, and the Pit Stop Travel Centers in Lander, Riverton, Warland, Powell, and a fueling station in Cody. We'll be back with more of the pregame activities after this.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
It may be winter, but some days it kind of feels like spring. Makes you want to go for a drive, kick a few tires, and see all the latest cars and trucks up at Frontline Motors. Frontline Motors has a wide selection of quality used vehicles, from cars to SUVs to trucks, and they're all priced to move. One of them is right for you. Is your next car or truck waiting at Frontline Motors? There's only one way to find out. Drive up Airport Road, take a test drive, and make it yours. Then join the hundreds of other folks who say, I got mine at Frontline. Frontline Motors.
Back again at Casper College Sweet Erickson Thunderbird Gymnasium. And Josh, we've got an interesting, not a competition, but a cooperation across the way.
Yeah, we've got both the Douglas band and the Lander band on the far side, bleachers in the second row, and they have one conductor sit in the middle of them, and both bands are playing the same song, playing with each other.
Well, I imagine this took some coordination because you just don't show up and play the same song together. So that's kind of cool. The Lander Valley Band is here along with the Douglas High School Band. And the head coach, Josh, of the Douglas Bearcats is a name familiar to the Lander faithful. Cody Hellenbolt is the coach, and, of course, he starred for the Tigers when his dad, Mike Hellenbolt, was the principal at LVHS a number of years ago. And Mike went on to be the principal of an alternative school in Cheyenne, and Cody went on in his career and then came back and is now coaching the Douglas Bearcats. So a lot of Lander connections here in this game.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Lander connections. I remember Cody's dad being the principal when my dad worked for him as a custodian for the field house, and probably remember seeing Cody playing in his high school career when I was just a wee little one.
Yeah, well, you know, it's exciting to see the graduates from Lander Valley High School go on. And, of course, Cody Hellenbolt, he has coached the 3-time state champion Douglas Lady Bearcats. They're going after their 4th straight. And, of course, Lander Valley and Coach Cyril Stauffenberg would like to put the Tigers in that state final game. The winner of this game goes on to the championship tomorrow night at 6:30 at the Ford Wyoming Center. And the loser of this game plays at 10:30 tomorrow morning here at Casper College in the 3rd place game. And they would play either Buffalo or Lyman, which is the other semifinal. But we're about ready to go. It's interesting to note that the coach, Cyril Stauffenberg, yesterday was talking to me about, you know, it was great that the Tigers defense had a tremendous game against Newcastle. And after the game, he said, you know, when we have a good defense, we don't need a lot of offense to win games. And that was the situation last night against the former number 1 team, Newcastle Doggies, and Lander won that one 52-45. But in this game, we're coming up against some pretty good competition. I mentioned that Allison Olson had an average of 18 points a game. and Lauren Olson has an average of 25 points a game. So the Olson sisters, the Tigers are going to have to concentrate defensively on those two to keep their production down.
Yeah, the Olsen sisters are not only leading scorers for this Douglas Bearcats team, they are the leading scorers in the entire state of Wyoming. They sit 1-2 in all class scoring. So that's definitely what Tigers need to do, keep the pressure on them defensively and make sure to try and kick it to the third or fourth members of the team. Keep them from going anywhere. But it looks like we're going to have some pregame festivities. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with your Sutherland starting lineups here on the Bailey Tire and Auto pregame show.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288. Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
The Lander Tigers come into this game with a 20-4 record, and they score an average of 57 points per game. The Douglas Lady Bearcats come into this contest with a 23-3 record, and they have a little more high-powered offense. They score at 65 points per game. Taking a look at the Sutherland's Home Improvement Warehouse starting lineup is Josh Henninger.
All right, we'll start with the visiting Douglas Lady Bearcats. We have number 0, Leticia DeGracia. Starting next to her will be number 1, Brooke Wright. Starting will be number 4, senior Chloe Collins. Then you have the high potent scoring tandem of Allison Olson, who will be wearing number 10, and Lauren Olson, who will be wearing number 13. Lauren Olson, the younger of the two, but she's outbeating her sister by 7 points a game. 25 points per game. I'm not even sure there's a whole lot of WNBA players that would be able to do that.
Yeah.
And for the home-standing Tigers, we have number 1, Talene Tendor. Next to her will be number 10, Demi Stauffenberg, who's averaging double digits in scoring and almost has double-double on the season. The other guard will be number 11, Ryan Bell, with 8 points per game. Down on the block will be number 15, Whitney Hansen. And the other scorer is a three-point shooter for the Tigers, number 23, junior Megan Winfield.
Well, as the teams come out on the floor here at Sweet Erickson T-Bird Gym, it appears that Douglas will have the distinct height advantage. So I think every one of their players has more height than Lander, with maybe the exception of Demi Stauffenberg and Whitney Hansen. And the tip does go to the Douglas Bearcats. They've got the ball moving left to right here on the floor of the Sweet Erickson Gymnasium. Allison Olson with it, gives it off now to DeGracia. DeGracia back over to Olson. She loses the handle on it just for a second, gets it right back. And the Douglas Lady Bearcats wearing blue uniforms with white numbers trimmed in red. And they have kind of a paisley-looking short with trim on the bottom of red. Here we go. The ball is kicked over to Lauren Olson. Olson on the outside to Allison Olson. Allison puts up a shot, not good. Megan Winfield with the rebound, and she dribbled it on the end line, and unfortunately, that's a Tiger turnover.
Yeah, right off the bat, Douglas comes down with the double team against Megan Winfield, who got the rebound. Unfortunately, teammate didn't see it. She needed help, dribbles it out of bounds.
Allison Olson with the basketball, now off to Lauren Olson. She doesn't take the three, passes it over to DeGracia. DeGracia on the right-hand wing, now back out on top to Lauren. Lauren has it on the far side, directing traffic. In the corner it goes to DeGracia. DeGracia drives the baseline, kicks it out in the middle to Chloe Cullen. Shot's not good, and we have a foul on the rebound against the Douglas Bearcats.
Again, Talene Tendor, like she did against the Dogies, goes in for the rebound. She is the smallest player on the floor, but she was feisty with those rebounds last contest. She draws the foul. Tigers will have the ball.
6:47 to go, no score. Talene Tendor all the way down, lays it up and in for two, and the Tigers are on the board first.
And travel.
And a turnover right away. So both teams have one turnover apiece, and Lander will have the ball under the Douglas basket. 6:39 to go, period one. Lander 2, Douglas 0 so far in the early going. Here's the inbounds pass to Ryan Bell. Bell on the left wing gives it over to Hansen. Hansen dribbles it toward the key, reverses direction, hands it off to Bell. Bell over to Tendor. Tendor now across the arc, looks back at her coach for some instructions. Now she's dribbling the ball on the right-hand wing. She moves to the right a little bit, directing traffic. Now she goes and hands it off to Hansen. Hansen drives in the lane, gives it to Winfield. Winfield back out on top to Tendor. Almost has the ball taken away from her. Now to Ryan Bell in the lane underneath to Hansen. She's fouled as she goes up for the shot.
Yeah, that was just a great pass, great vision by Ryan Bell going inside. Douglas is set up in a 2-3 zone. Hansen was sitting there right in the middle between two of the baseline defenders, found a soft spot in the defense, went up for the shot. She's hacked. She'll go to the line for two, the leading free throw shooter in the regular season for the Tigers.
DeGracia picks up the personal foul, and Hansen hits the free throw, and it goes 3-0 now, Lander. Whitney Hansen averages 8 points a game for the Tigers. Her shot is up and good. So
Almost
she gets both of them. What's that?
Almost a lane violation.
Oh, yeah. So it's 4-0 Lander. Down court we have Lauren Olson. Lauren wearing number 13 and Allison number 10. I might just call them by their first names because they're going to be handling the ball a lot. There now is Allison. Shots up, not good, and she draws a foul from about 12 feet out. And the personal foul goes on Whitney Hansen, her first.
Whitney Hansen in the last contest played all 32 minutes for the Tigers.
Allison Olson's shot is good and is now 4-1. She'll go to the line for two. Nice big crowd here today at Sweet Erickson Thunderbird Gym. Next shot rolls around a bit, but finally drops through, and our score goes 4-2 with 5:38 to go, first period of play. Talene Tendor brings the ball down, lost the handle on it, but it gets it right back, avoids the double team, off to Hansen. Hansen moves it across the top of the key now, moves to the left-hand wing to Ryan Bell. Ryan all the way in the corner to Tendor. Tendor comes on top of the key. Ball's knocked away from her, but she picks it up. And we've got a zone defense here that Douglas is employing. Looks like a 2-3 zone or a modified zone. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and that'll go to Lander.
Yeah, still sitting in the 2-3 zone. Douglas did a really good job against Mountain View. Great transitions on their coverage, on the rotation, see if the Tigers can break it for some open looks.
Here's Ryan Bell with the inbounds pass, drives it across on top of the circle on the near side, goes to Winfield. Winfield challenged, the ball's knocked out of bounds, and it will go to Douglas as Ryan Bell fell out of bounds with the basketball. It was a little high, and so Douglas has it now with a chance to tie or take the lead here with 4:40 to go, first period of play. Down court, it's Lauren. Lauren over to Allison, the two Olsen sisters. Now to Brooke Wright. Her first time we've called her name. Ball's on the floor, knocked out of bounds by Lander, so Douglas will retain possession on the baseline underneath the Tiger basket. And it's Wright to take it out. She better hurry. Finally gets it in to Allison Olsen. Allison makes a drive to the basket and scores. Nice move by Allison, and we are tied at 4. Lander scored the first 4. Now the second 4 scored by Douglas. And there's Talene Tendor. She is fouled as she comes all the way down the court, coast to coast, and draws the foul.
Say the foul is on the floor, so it's not a shooting foul. It is the third team foul already against Douglas. Something the Tigers will try and keep doing, get Douglas in early foul trouble so they can go to the line for free throws.
That was DeGracia picking up her second personal foul. Here's Tendor with the inbounds pass off to Hansen. Back to Tendor. Douglas defense is really sticky. Here's Tendor in the lane. Shot is up and it doesn't roll in. And a foul on Douglas. That'll be their 4th of the first quarter. And the personal foul is going to go against Jaden Meyer. So Meyer has it, and going to the free throw line, Talene Tendor, who has 2 of Lander's 4 points. 4:06 to go, halfway through the first period of play here in Casper. There's the shot, good. Well, that was nothing but net. She just ripped the cords on that one. And it goes 5-4. Talene at the line again. Shots up, this one's short. Rebound pulled down by Chloe Collins, and we have a double dribble. Another turnover by the Douglas Bearcats.
Tigers doing a real good job with that defensive pressure on the full court press. Something it looks like Douglas is not liking so far. Couple of unforced errors for the Bearcats.
Hansen into Tendor as the Tigers start again. 4 minutes to go here, first half. Tendor on the right-hand wing gives it off to Ryan Bell. Back to Tendor in the corner. Tendor has ball intercepted on a pass. And coming up with that ball is Allison Olsen. And now to Lauren Olsen. Her shot is an air ball. It's rebounded by Tendor. Tendor down court to Demi Stauffenberg. In the corner, Whitfield back to Stauffenberg. On top of the key now, Tendor will reset the play for the Tigers. And she moves to the right-hand side off to Ryan Bell. Bell just outside the arc, back to Tendor in the lane. Tendor fires it over to Winfield for 3. Got it! Only it's going to be a 2. It's going to be a 2. Great play that time. Great vision, and the Tigers go up 7-4. Down court, it's Lauren Olsen off to Allison. On the far side, threw the ball away. Third turnover by Douglas. And you're right, Josh, that Lander defense is having its impact.
Yeah, all 3 turnovers for the Bearcats have been unforced errors. Not necessarily a steal or a call that changed possession, just Douglas not being careful with the ball.
Just under 3 minutes left. There's a long cross-court pass to Ryan Bell. Bell at the free throw line reverses direction, cross the key to Stauffenberg. A 3. No, it's short, not good. High for the rebound is Jaden Meyer for Douglas. And here come the Olsen sisters now. With it right now is Allison. Over to Lauren. She looked like she wanted to pop a 3, but didn't. She makes her way toward the lane. Turnaround jump shot is not good. Rebounded by Megan Winfield for the Tigers. Tigers so far have been out-rebounding the Douglas Bearcats. Down inside the forecourt is Ryan Bell. She was able to keep the ball. She had it almost slapped away. On top now is Hansen. Excuse me. Hansen over to Tendor. Tendor on the right-hand wing. We're down to 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. Lander leading 7-4.
Stauffenberg's open on the near side angle.
Yeah, and they try to throw the ball to her, and it hits a cable that holds that pulls the basket up.
Yeah,
that's how high that shot was.
It looks like the pulley that helps bring the basket up towards the ceiling. Coach Stoffenberg was telling Talene Tendor to, instead of working to the right, she needs to work to the left. Demi Stoffenberg was sitting in front of the Douglas bench, the near side angle completely open.
Here comes Allison Olson. She's in the forecourt. On the far side to Meyer. Meyer now to DeGracia, to Brooke Wright. Right over to Allison Fertig. Shot is up, off, not good. Rebounded by Hansen for Lander. Hansen across the timeline. Comes down in, goes in all the way, lays it up and in. Whitney Hansen with 4 points, and it now goes 9-4 on our WildToday.com scoreboard. Here's Allison Olson. Gives it off to Lauren Olson. Layup is not good. The ball is knocked away, and it's picked up on the far side by Chloe Collins for Douglas. Collins with the minute to go now in the first period of play. Off to Lauren Olson outside the arc on top of the key. She moves in the lane. Oh, she traveled, and there was no call. Oh, there it is.
They got it. There you go. Yeah, she took too many steps on the drive that time. A little bit of a bump, not enough contact to call the foul. It moved her out of the way just enough. Another turnover for Douglas. Tigers have the ball with less than a minute left.
Fourth turnover of the game by the Douglas Bearcats. Here comes Tendor into the forecourt. She drives it over to Stoffenberg, now to Hansen. Hansen in the lane, puts up the shot off the glass. It's too high, and rebounded by Brooke Wright for Douglas. Brooke Wright all the way down the key. There's a shot by Olsen. Nope, no. Stoffenberg with the rebound. Douglas is stone cold from the field. Down court, here's Hansen on top to Ryan Bell. 28 seconds to go. Ryan Bell has it now outside the arc. Bounce pass inside to Hansen. Back over to Bell. Wide open is Stoffenberg. Let's go for three.
That time they worked the cross key motion. Stoffenberg was open on the zone defense. She let him pay, knocked it down for three. Tigers up by 8.
Here's the response. Allison Olson in the middle loses the basketball. It's on the floor. We have a jump ball with 0.5 of a second to go. Lander will have it with half a tick. So the Tigers are going to have the lead here at the end of the first period, and Whitney Hansen's folks are very excited over here to our right.
My mom sent me a text after the game yesterday saying, make sure you let Miss Hansen know that you can hear her distinct screaming over the broadcast. I think they can say that again today, and that's the final act for the first quarter. Tigers up 12-4. We'll be back in the second quarter right after this.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Well, the Lander defense that Cyril Stoffenberg credited with the Tigers' win against Newcastle, the former #1 team for most of the year, is at it again, Josh.
Yeah, Tigers done a really good job defensively, and they're giving Douglas just enough pressure on the full court press that they're having some wide passes. They have a couple of traveling violations, and all the turnovers here so far for the Douglas Lady Bearcats have been unforced. Tiger defense looking to keep the active hands and get some steals here in the second quarter.
Wright brings it across the timeline. Now over to Collins. Collins for Douglas on the far side to Meyer. Meyer to one of the Olsen sisters. Now it goes back to Wright. Wright on top. There's a shot by Meyer that's off the back of the rim. Not good. Rebound and one. And the basket by Allison Olson. That's only her first basket of the game. And it goes 12-6. And the personal foul called against the Tigers. I didn't catch who that was on.
I didn't catch it either.
They're not using the scoreboard to let us know who has the fouls. Here's the free throw. It's not good. Rebounded by Demi Stauffenberg. Great rebound there by Stauffenberg as she crawled up the ladder. Here's Tendor all the way down to Ryan Bell. On top to Hansen. Hansen in the middle of the lane. Puts up the shot. No, it just rolls off. Not good. Rebounded by Lauren Olson. Olson brings it down. Lander leading 12-6. 7 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the first half. Around the horn it goes. There's Brooke Wright. Wright just outside the arc on the right wing. On top to Chloe Collins. Far side now, Lauren Olson. Olson tries to penetrate. Can't do it. Gives it off to Meyer. Meyer on top to Wright. Wright drives to the lane. Puts up a shot that goes in. Nice shot by Wright. And it goes now 12-8 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. So now, coming down the basketball court are the Lander Tigers. It's Hansen with it. Hansen still looking at that 2-3 zone. Off to Ryan Bell. Bell moves it to the left-hand wing. She's down to the corner. Now she reverses her section. Can't drive the baseline. So she dribbles it all the way back out on top of the key now. Now she tries to penetrate again. Can't do it. Gives it on the near side no, I thought she was going to hand it off. She didn't. On top now to Tendor. Tendor missed a wide open Hansen underneath the basket just a second ago, or I should say Ryan Bell missed that. So Tendor has it now. She's got a bit of a lane. It closes quickly. Winfield has it now for the Tigers. Off to Hansen on top of the arc. Hansen moves to the right, now reverses direction. Underneath all alone is Stauffenberg, and she is fouled. I tell you what, Lauren Olson just grabbed her around the waist.
Yeah, it's one of those where either going to give her the uncontested layup or see if you can't get a jump call, but when you wrap around from behind, they'll get you for the foul on that one. That time Tigers are having a hard time breaking the defense. It was man-to-man defense instead of the zone. And it looks like there's a little bit of a confusion here at the scores table.
Confusion on the possession arrow, and it stays with Lander. And now the officials are back ready to go. Stauffenberg out of the end line there for the Tigers. Inbounds to Hansen. Hansen on top, Winfield. Winfield drives it around in the lane. Takes a shot from 7, no good. She gets her own rebound. Underneath, pops it up and good. Nice. Megan Winfield for 2, and it's 14-8. Again, a 6-point lead. Nice hustle that time by Megan Winfield. On the near side, Lauren Olson drives the baseline. She's under the basket, kicks it outside to Meyer. Now on top it goes to Brooke Wright. Wright doesn't shoot, kicks it over to Collins. Collins, long shot for 3 is up off, not good. And the ball's saved to Demi Stauffenberg. Nice one there. That'll be a turnover for the Douglas Bearcats as they throw it away. Here is Ryan Bell on top. Boy, they are on her like a glove. And the ball's knocked out of bounds. This is a tough zone defense.
Oh, they have switched to man. You're right on the first time. That first quarter, Douglas was playing zone, which against Mountain View, that's all they played was a zone defense. And right now they have it set up to where it looks like it's 2-3 zone. But as soon as the Tigers come in and get their half-court set up, they're switching to a man, and Tigers are not able to get past the speedy defense of Douglas.
Kiara Friday comes in for Demi Stauffenberg. It's a bounce pass over to Hansen, who was open for a millisecond there for a 3. Back on top to Tendor. Bounce pass. Ooh, those are dangerous over to Winfield. Back to Tendor for 3. No, it's way too long. Rebound coming away with it. Down court to Olson. Under the basket. She is fouled by Tendor.
And I like that foul. I definitely take it instead of giving either of the Olsen sisters an open layup. Go ahead and try to come back with the defense and force her to make 2 from the line.
Okay, at the free throw line is Lauren Olson. She averages 25 points a game. So far, she has just 2 on 1 field goal. Free throw, good. She'll get another one, 14-9 now on the scoreboard with 4:38 to go. First half of play. Lauren Olson looks at the basketball. shoots another one. Boy, that just barely rippled the net. 14-10. Landers' lead is 4 points. Here comes Bell into the forecourt to the left wing to Stauffenberg. In the middle it goes to Hansen. Hansen in the lane is fouled as she goes up for the basket.
That's going to be the 6th team foul against Douglas. Foul is on number 3.
Bailey Wright, her first.
Oh, call a shooting foul. Okay.
Oh,
they're
that's
going to call
nice.
it on the floor. Hansen will go to the line for 2. As she made, I think she made both of them on her first trip, correct?
Yeah, she's 2 for 2. Here's the third free throw. Good. So she is puts Lander up now by 5, 15-10. She'll go to the line again, bounces it twice, takes the arc, got it. Nothing but net. So Hansen gets 2 free throws, and it's 16-10. We're almost halfway through the second period of play. Down court, Brooke Wright gives it off to Lauren Olson. On the far side to Allison Olson. Olson now to Wright. There's 2 Wrights on the floor. This is Bailey Wright. We have a lot of sisters out there for Douglas. Now over to Lauren Olson. Back to Bailey Wright. Bailey Wright gives it off to Allison Olson. She tries to penetrate and puts a shot up that is in and out. Not good. Rebounded by Demi Stauffenberg. Outlet pass to Winfield. 2-on-2. Underneath to Kiera Friday. She doesn't shoot, but there's a 3 by Hansen. Not good. Rebound is fought for, and we have a held ball that'll go to the Lander Tigers with 3:41 to go. Really good hustle on the play.
Yeah, Megan Winfield fighting for the rebound inside against one of the Olsen sisters. I believe it was Allison. And Allison was able to kind of turn away and throw it away at the last second, but the referee called the jump ball right before she passed it off to her teammate.
Here's Winfield from the corner. It's an air ball, way over the basket. Rebound comes down to Douglas. Douglas, Bailey Wright has the ball knocked away. Another turnover, the 6th for the Douglas Bearcats. And it's Hansen over to Bell in the corner, Winfield. Winfield across court to Demi Stauffenberg. On top of the key to Hansen. Back over to Stauffenberg, open for 3. She got it. Stauffenberg for 3, her second of the game. 19-10 now. Lander with a 9-point lead. 3 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Around the horn, there's Wright. Gives it over to Bailey Wright. The 2 sisters passing it between each other. Now to Lauren Olson. Olson at the free throw line. Hands it off to Allison Olson. Her shot is good for 3. Allison Olson now with 5 points in the game. And it goes 19-13. 6-point lead by the Tigers.
And Douglas finally hit a shot from behind the arc.
There's Megan Winfield. Her shot is just a little bit too short. And on the rebound, we have a foul on Kiera Friday over the back. She was going for the rebound and was undercut. Now returning to the game is Chloe Cullens. Coming out of the game is Bailey Wright. 2:33 to go until halftime. Lander 19 and Douglas 13. Douglas has the ball. Brooke Wright bringing it down court into the forecourt. Stops on the near side. Gives it to Lauren Olson. Lauren trying to make her way into the paint. Can't do it. Goes around the horn now to Allison Olson. Far side to Chloe Cullens. Cullens now on the near side to Brooke Wright. Brooke Wright has it. She dribbles, hands it off to Lauren. Lauren with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Over to Allison. Now it goes back to Chloe Cullens. Cullens tries to drive the baseline. She's blocked out there by Winfield. Now in the lane, there's a little roller that rolls off, not good, out of bounds, and last touch by Megan Winfield, so Douglas will have it. I think Lauren Olson is usually making those kind of shots.
Yeah, definitely, and it's one of those nights where Douglas has had good looks. They just can't get him to go in the basket. Good for the Tigers.
Brooke Wright has the inbounds pass to Lauren Olson. Lauren at the free throw line stops, hands it off to Chloe Cullens. Far side to Brooke Wright on the left wing. On top to Lauren Olson. Lauren just looking for instructions, gives it to sister Allison. Allison launches a 3. It's off the heel, not good. Tigers, Kiera Friday with the rebound. Minute 23 to go, first half of play. Here's Ryan Bell off to Stauffenberg in the left-hand wing. Now to Winfield. Across court it goes. A dangerous pass. And the ball is going to be picked up by Douglas. Underneath and a kick. Boy, that saved an easy layup for the Tigers. Ball kicked out of bounds. Douglas will have it.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kiera Friday. That went off Hanson's foot and right into Kiera's face as she was coming down trying to collect on defense. Dangerous cross-court pass for the Tigers that led to the turnover. Yeah, that was and there's an easy pass that goes under to Lauren Olson for 2, and it's 19-15 now. 1 minute to go, first half of play. Here's Stauffenberg underneath to Whitfield. Now back over to Ryan Bell for 3. No, not good. She had a bunch of them last night. 2 on none. Here is Allison, shoots and scores. And that's the thing that I saw in the matchup yesterday. Douglas with the great transition offense. They want to run for the fast break. Well, Tigers got to do a better job of shot selection. That wasn't a very good one that last time. Tigers are trying to do these long passes. There's Hanson in the middle, almost lost it. Now over to Stauffenberg, and the ball is tipped away on a bad pass. With it, the Olsen sisters lays it up. No, not good. Stauffenberg rebounds. Tigers have got Megan Winfield outside the arc for 3. No, she gets her own rebound, puts up the shot. No, and no foul on that play. Yeah, probably a good no call. Yeah, it was close. She was straight up. I mean, it looked like there was some contact, but defender was straight up. And we have substitution, Kendall McFadden. The officials didn't see her standing there, and they had to blow the horn after play had started. Okay, we've got 10 seconds to go. It's a 2-point lead by Lander, and they're rolling the ball down the court before the clock starts. Okay, it's going now. On top of the key, Lauren Olson looking to tie it up here in the baseline. Turnaround jump shot, good, she got it. Lauren Olson, boy, that was a killer for the Tigers, and it's now tied up at 19-19.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places, and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here, given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well, and I don't see any restrictions on him whatsoever.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. John Shade, your Lander Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why John Shade is a proud sponsor of Lander Tigers basketball on KFCW. For all of your investment needs, call John Shade at 335-7722 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Back again at Sweet Erickson Casper College Thunderbird Gymnasium. We're all tied up here at halftime. Douglas ran off 9 consecutive points there to tie the game in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Lander did have a 9-point lead, but that went away. The Douglas Bearcats, here's an interesting stat, Josh. Douglas Bearcats have 35% field from the field. Lander has 35% from the field. 3-point shooting, first half, 1 for 6 for Douglas and 2 for 9 for Lander. And the free throws, 4 for 5 for Douglas and 5 for 6 for Lander. So it's a pretty even game. Looking at our top scorers for Lander, Demi Stauffenberg and Whitney Hansen both have 6 points, 4 points for Megan Winfield, 3 points for Talene Tendor. And now on the other side, 10 points for Lauren Olson, 7 points for Allison Olson, and 2 points. How did Brooke Wright get in there? She got 2 points. So all but 2 points for Douglas scored by the 2 Olson sisters.
And I just noticed, looking over to our left, there's some celebrities in the house. Logan Wilson is down there along the baseline next to the Douglas Bearcat basket. Looks like he's got an arm brace from that torn labrum surgery that he had. I know that he was here last weekend for the 1A, 2A state and just looked over there trying to see what all the commotion was to our left. And Logan Wilson's down there with a couple of his buddies.
Yeah, linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals, formerly the University of Wyoming, and a graduate right here in Casper. So it's great to have a local celebrity with it. Lander Valley outscored Douglas 12-4 in that first period, but Douglas caught on fire, and they outscored Lander 15-7 here in the second period, and we're all tied up at 19. But the Lander defense was working really well in the first period, and then the underneath the basket opened up for Douglas.
Yeah, definitely, and the Douglas defense finally figured out what it was that the Tigers were doing, and they went from a zone to a man defense. They went back to a zone towards the second half of that second quarter, and they were just taking advantage of the Tigers' kind of lackadaisical passes from one side of the court to the other, and just 2, 3, 4 times in a row, Tigers had real bad passes that had turnovers, and Douglas went on their fast break, got points in transition, points off the turnover, and that's what helped them on that 9-0 run to end the half.
Well, yeah, you talk about those passes. They were not crisp at all. They were really high. You know, it was like a, what do they call that, a floating duck?
Well, yeah, throwing a duck,
Yeah, throwing a duck up there, and Douglas was able to get a hold of him because it gave the defenders enough time to get under the basketball. And so we're going to have to watch, see the Tigers don't do that in the second half. They had that 9-point lead, and then all of a sudden a bunch of turnovers, and it went away. 2:42 to go. We'll be back with the second half after we listen to this.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Back again at Casper College, Sweet Erickson Thunderbird Gymnasium, where we're starting over, Josh. It's 19-19 as we go into the third quarter.
Yeah, going into the third quarter, you're going to have your starting five again. It's almost like we're going right back to the first quarter, starting at 0-0. That's exactly what the Tigers need to do with their mindset going into the second half. It's tied 0-0, need to come out like they did in the first quarter, have a quick third quarter, and make sure to do better on their passes, even if that means holding it for a little bit for your teammate to come closer, so you're not doing the cross-court passes that are just not a lot of zip on them, too much arc and easy to pick off. Tigers do that, and as well as keep working on their inside scoring, they have a good chance of pulling up yet another upset here in the state tournament.
And the Tigers will be on defense as we start the second half of play, as Douglas will get the ball here at center court. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock, and just like there's 2 zeros on the scoreboard, we're all tied up here. Douglas will have the ball inbounds to Brooke Wright. She walks it into the forecourt on the right wing, still dribbling the ball, hands it off now to Allison Olson. Olson has a little bit of a lane, puts up a shot, it's not good, rebounded by Megan Winfield. She's double teamed, but the ball's kicked out of bounds that time by Allison Olson. Tigers retain possession.
And that time Tigers did a really good job defensively, having 2 and 3 people come down on the weak side, help to force that shot.
Here's Tendor off to Ryan Bell on the right wing. Ryan makes a move to the baseline. She's blocked out in the paint, turns around, hook shot not good. Rebounded and a foul. Hansen gets the rebound and she is fouled.
That's either going to be on 4 or 13. Yeah, let's give it to the Olsen sister. Give it 13.
It'll be Lauren Olson with the personal foul. Whitney Hansen will be going to the free throw line for the Tigers. 7:27 to go. We just started the third period. We're all tied up here at the semifinal game of the girls Class 3A state tournament. Shot is no good. It hits the front of the rim. A little less energy there. She had hit 4 in a row before that one. Next shot is up in the air. Good. She regained the range, and it goes Lander 20. And the Douglas Bearcats have 19. So Douglas has the ball right now. On top of the key with the ball is Allison Olson in the corner to Lauren Olson. Her shot for 3, not good. Rebounded out of the air by Winfield. Down to Tendor. Tendor in the middle of the lane puts up a. She was trying to hit Olson, or not Whitney Hansen, but the ball went straight out of bounds. So 7:02 to go. Lander leads 20-19, and Douglas has the ball as we come back down the court. So here is the Douglas Bearcats on top of the key. We have Brooke Wright. Wright moves to the left-hand wing on top of the key to Allison Olson. Allison at the free throw line fires it over in the corner to Lauren Olson. She puts up a shot. Good. Lauren from about 12 feet. She now has a dozen points, and it's 21-20. Douglas with the lead. Here's Ryan Bell down court. Ball almost lost the handle on the ball and picked up by Whitney Olson. Whitney in the lane, puts up the shot off the glass and one. Great move by Whitney Hansen.
And she has been the driving force on the offensive side for the Tigers so far, as she has a lot of her points, or all of her points, from inside the arc and all of them inside the paint. She gets the hoop and harm, and she'll go to the line for the traditional three-point play.
I think that was Lauren Olson who got the foul. Shots up and good. And Whitney gets it again. And the Tigers go up now 23-21 on our WYO Today Media scoreboard. Lauren Olson on the far side outside. Can't shoot it on top of the key to Wright. Wright drives the baseline, stops, hands it off on the near side to Chloe Cullens. There's a shot from the corner by Olson. Up, off, not good. Rebounded by Demi Stauffenberg. Demi breaks the pressure there, brings it all the way down on the right-hand wing. Off on top of the key to Tendor. Over to Hansen. Hansen outside the arc, didn't take the three. She threatened to Winfield. Winfield at the free throw line over to Stauffenberg. Demi doesn't take the three-point shot. She drives it down to the baseline, looking for someone. There's Ryan Bell, open for three. Got it! Go! Ryan Bell for three for the Tigers, her first tray of the game, and it goes 26-21. Tigers by 5, 5:25 to go, third period of play. Brooke Wright has it now, and she drives to the free throw line, gives it off to Chloe Cullens. Cullens to Lauren Olson. Lauren Olson on top of the key, almost lost the ball. On the near side, it goes to Cullens. Cullens in the lane, puts up a shot. No, not good. And we have a fight for the rebound, a held ball, and it'll go to the Tigers on the alternating possession.
And just like they did against Newcastle, they're doing a really good job and good opportunities when the jump ball and it's going their way. They'll have another possession off of the possession arrow in their favor.
Here comes Tendor across the timeline for the Tigers. She moves to the right-hand wing, off to Winfield. Winfield over to Hansen. Hansen on top of the arc now, goes over to Stauffenberg. Has the ball stolen away from her. 1-on-none. Layup is good. And that's DeGracia that gets her first points of the game. And it's a 3-point lead by the Tigers. Underneath, Ryan Bell for two more. With Douglas, 5 points now.
Douglas caught napping on the transition defense. Ryan puts it up and in for two.
Now down court, here's Brooke Wright for the Douglas Bearcats in the lane. Puts one up from 7, not good. Rebounded by Tendor. She is fouled. And that will be a foul against Douglas. And let's see who they're going to give this one to. And it is number 1. So that is Brooke Wright with her first. They're not putting the fouls up on the scoreboard like we're used to seeing at the state basketball tournament here at Casper. I guess they don't know how to do that.
Must be a new scoreboard operator.
Yeah, must be. Here's the Tigers with it. Hansen traveled with the ball. Turnover. That's the 6th turnover by Lander. Both teams have 6 turnovers. Lander leads by 5. We're halfway through the third period of play. 4:09 to go. Lander 28, Douglas 23. Lander trying to avenge an early season loss to the Bearcats at the Douglas tournament. Here's Allison. Allison on the near side to Gracia. Now to Lauren Olson. Fair side to Wright. Wright drives it off, gives it to Allison just outside the arc. She drives in the lane. Hook shot is up and not good, and she draws a foul.
I think it's going to be on Hansen.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, 15. That's second foul on Whitney Hansen unofficially. Sometimes we don't see the foul call from the official. It happens so fast. At the free throw line, Allison Olson, who's 2 for 3 at the line. Now what are we waiting for here?
Oh, Sarah Stauffenberg's trying to get an explanation from the ref.
Shot's good. So it goes 28 to 24, 4-point lead. Next shot, not good. Nice rebound by the Tigers, Tendor. Outlet pass to Hansen. Hansen in the corner to Winfield. Winfield in the middle of the lane, stops, far side. Stauffenberg for three, it's short. Rebounded by Hansen, back to Stauffenberg. Tigers controlling the ball. Whistle, and she is fouled on the way to the basket.
Oh, they're going to say it's on the floor.
Too
before
bad.
the gather.
Yeah, because she made the basket on the continuation, but they said it was on the floor. So, and I didn't even catch who that foul was on. Well, darn it. Anyway, we're going to have a timeout on the floor. Lander 28 and Douglas 24. 3.5 minutes to go, period 3.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed my cue there, Josh. 28-24, Lander by a lead of 4, and we'll have Lander at the free throw line, I think. Was that a shooting foul, or it was on the floor?
No, it was
wasn't
on the floor. On the floor, yep.
So Douglas has committed 4 team fouls, and Lander only 1 so far, and we've got 3:32 to go in the third period of play. So Lander will have the basketball. Considerable discussion after that timeout with the Lander coaching staff and 2 different officials. So apparently they're seeing something they want the officials to be aware of. Okay, here we go. Tigers to take it out of bounds. Megan Winfield has it. Here's the inbounds pass to Talene Tendor. Talene on top of the key, moves over to Winfield for 3. No, it's not good. Rebound by Bell. Nice rebound by Ryan Bell as she fought her way in there and blocked out the Douglas players. Here's a ball knocked up in the air, recovered by Hansen. That was almost a turnover for the Tigers. Hansen gets it back on the near side, Tendor. Tendor dribbles it on top of the key. Now it goes to the right side to Stauffenberg in the corner, Tendor. Tendor back to Stauffenberg outside the arc, launches a 3 that's short, and the rebound goes to Brooke Wright. And she's bringing it down court now to Allison Olsen. Back over to Wright to Lauren Olsen. Lauren drives in, puts up the shot, and it is not good. Rebounded by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg, Demi gives it off to Ryan Bell. 2:41 to go in the third period. Lander by 4. Underneath, there's one of those cotton picking bounce passes through the lane that I just love.
That time it bounced off about 3 sets of legs before it went off a Douglas player and out of bounds. Luckily for the Tigers. I mean, I like this. I saw the vision. I saw the cut inside, but just not great on the pass.
Okay, here's the inbounds pass. It comes over to Whitney Hansen. Almost was knocked into the backcourt. Ryan Bell has it now over to Tendor. Tendor launches a 3 that's too long, and the rebound goes to Megan Winfield. Way in the backcourt.
Where's the foul on the push?
Yeah, there was a big push there, no foul called. Tendor has it now for the Tigers, off to Hansen in the corner, Ryan Bell. That brought the Lander crowd to their feet, didn't it? I think they were all standing up pointing.
Yes.
Here's Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg on the near side, off to Tendor. Minute 55 to go, third period, Lander by 4. In the corner, and it's thrown away. Darn it, 7th turnover of the game. Little bit too hard of a pass, and it's squirted out of bounds. So now.
I don't think Winfield was expecting the ball there, even though she was open in front of her own bench.
Brooke Wright is going to walk the ball across the Casper College Thunderbird into the forecourt. Now it goes to Allison Fertig. Allison does a 360. It's knocked away, and a foul on the floor is going to be called against the Tigers. And it's on Demi Stauffenberg, her first. And that's the second team foul. So with a minute and a half to go here in the third period. Douglas takes it in. There's the pass in, almost taken away by Lander. Allison underneath the basket. She draws the foul. Again against Stauffenberg.
Yep, back-to-back fouls against Stauffenberg.
Stauffenberg was there trying to stop the play, but wasn't unable to do so. No, so back at the free throw line now is Allison. Shots no good. She's missed 2 in a row. She's only 3 of 5 in the game. Lander 28, Douglas 24. Next shot is also not good, and the rebound goes to the Tigers. Good defensive action by Stauffenberg, who kicked it out of the lane, picked up by Lander, and it's now Tendor, double teamed on the far side. Over to Ryan Bell. In the corner, Stauffenberg for 3, and it's short, not good. Rebound pulled on by Jillian Fertig. Fertig losing the basketball. Oh, she travels.
That's a carry.
And there we
you go.
There's the late call.
So obvious he took his time on that one.
Yeah.
Again, the entire Lander section having a hard time seeing the refs call. The entire Lander section stands up and blocks our view.
Here's Talene Tendor with the inbounds pass from Megan Hansen on the right-hand wing. Back over to Hansen at the free throw line in the corner. Ryan Bell on the far side outside. On top to Tendor. Lander leading by 4 with a minute to go here in the third period. Lander on top of the key. Here is Ryan Bell. Bell moves it to the left-hand wing to Tendor. She's just holding the ball. Now bounce in the corner to Stauffenberg. They're looking for the last shot here, I think, Josh. Here's Ryan Bell in the corner. She's trying to avoid the double trap. There's the pass on top to Stauffenberg. 30 seconds to go here in the third period of play. On the far side, there's a long one that goes up by Winfield. Not good, but the rebound goes to Ryan Bell. Ryan Bell for the Tigers on top now. Passes over. Oh, and it goes out of bounds. Gosh darn it, that's the 8th turnover by Lander.
And Tigers have had open shots on those threes. There's nobody covering them, but they just can't get them to fall. I don't know if they're starting to get a little tired or they need a little pick-me-up here for the fourth quarter. The Tigers need to get those open shots to fall in. If they did, they'd be leading by double digits right now.
Yeah, they would. Here is Lauren and Cody Hellenbalt saying, let's go for one shot. So it's Lauren Olson on the far side outside. 6 seconds to go. She makes a move to the basket in the middle of the lane. Hook shot is up and not good. And Lander rebounds, and that's the end of the third. And the Tigers have a 4-point lead. Lander 28 and Douglas 24.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
It may be winter, but some days it kind of feels like spring. Makes you want to go for a drive, kick a few tires, and see all the latest cars and trucks up at Frontline Motors. Frontline Motors has a wide selection of quality used vehicles, from cars to SUVs to trucks, and they're all priced to move. One of them is right for you. Is your next car or truck waiting at Frontline Motors? There's only one way to find out. Drive up Airport Road, take a test drive, and make it yours. Then join the hundreds of other folks who say, I got mine at Frontline. Frontline Motors.
And we're down to the last 8 minutes, and the Douglas Bearcats will have the ball as we start the last 8 minutes of play. Whitney Hansen now with double figures at 10. Demi Stauffenberg 6, Ryan Bell 5, and Talene Tendor 3. Here's the inbounds pass. Douglas, just 8 minutes to go. Tigers by 4. Underneath to Allison, laid up and one. Oh, she was caught just as she went on the back door, and the personal foul is going to be called against Whitney Hansen. That's her third.
That was just a great backdoor cut as she faked like she was leaking out, then cut right back inside. Hansen was just half a step behind, just enough of a gap for her to make the 2-point, and she makes a free throw as well. 1-point game.
28-27. Here comes Whitney Hansen down. Tigers have had some leads in this game, but just haven't been able to pull away. Tendor, Hansen to Winfield. Her shot is in and out. Rebounded by Hansen. She gets the ball out of the lane, kicks it over to Winfield on the corner on the near side. Good rebounding by the Tigers. There's one of those cotton-picking lazy passes picked off. Down court now is Brooke Wright to Lauren Fertig. No, not good. Pulled out of the air. It's an air ball. Winfield gets it. Now down to Ryan Bell. They've got to be more crisp on those passes. They just can't do those lazy passes. And there's a ball knocked out of bounds by Douglas. I hate to be critical, but boy, you've got to play better than that. You just can't have those lazy passes.
I don't know what Tendor saw there either. Like, there's 4 Douglas defenders and no Tiger players there in the middle.
Here's Stauffenberg, far side outside. She drives the baseline, kicks it out to Ryan Bell. Ryan on the near side, Tendor to Winfield for 3. It's short. Tigers haven't been able to hit the 3 ball. Here's Allison Fertig, 3-on-1 underneath Brooke Hansen for 2, or Brooke Wright for 2. And the first lead here for a long time for the Douglas Bearcats. It's now a 1-point lead by Douglas. 29-28, 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Tigers, Tendor has it now. She's issuing instructions in the middle. Hansen drives the baseline back to Ryan Bell. Shot's good. It's a 2. Ryan Bell now with 7 points. Lander regains the lead, 30-29. Allison Olsen off to Lauren Olsen. Lauren on the far side falls down, and there you say she was tripped. Foul on the floor. It goes against Megan Winfield, her first. Here a while ago, we only had 1 foul on Lander. Now we have 5. Douglas, Lauren takes it in to Allison. The Olsen sisters. There's a shot up, not good. A foul is called, and Douglas will go to the line for 2. Personal foul on Megan Winfield, her second in a row.
Better it went on Winfield instead of Hansen. They were both down there. If it was against Hansen, I believe that would have been her 3rd or her 4th.
Okay, Allison Olsen back at the line. We have Whitney Hansen for 3. Shot's good, and we're tied at 30. She'll have 1 more. Let's see, she has 10, 12 points in the game, now 13. So Douglas regains the lead, 31-30. We've got 6 minutes left in this ball game. The winner goes to the state championship, the loser to the 3rd place game. Here's Ryan Bell, blocked out of the baseline. She's still down there. Loses the basketball, but picks it up. And a foul is going to be, a timeout called by Cyril Stauffenberg. A 30. We'll be back.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Lander Tiger Pep Band has been beating out Douglas after every timeout. Lander seems to get the first notes out, so the other band yields. Tigers band in the background. Lander will have the ball in front of the Tiger bench, trailing by 1 with 5:49 to go. And it's Whitney Hansen to take it out for the Tigers. Hansen, long pass into Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg finds an opening over to Winfield. Winfield almost lost the ball, kicks it over to Tendor. Tendor drives the lane, now over on the near side to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg, Hansen, Ryan Bell in the corner. Megan Winfield for 3. Yes. Megan Winfield for 3.
That time she got her legs under her and got enough juice behind it. Tigers up by 2.
33-31. Here is Allison Olsen. Allison over to Lauren Olsen. Lauren Olsen to Brooke Wright. Wright on top of the key to Allison. Allison dribbling the ball toward the free throw line. Kicks it back over to Wright. Right on the far side, Lauren Olson. She makes a move, passes it.
Nice.
There's a lazy pass intercepted by the Tigers. Nice pass by Tendor, and she lost the basketball on the far side. It was taken away from her. Here's Allison Olson. Oh, she charges her way into the lane. No foul called. Gets the rebound, and we have a traveling call. No, a foul on Lander.
They call it on Winfield.
Oh, that's going to be her third. So Winfield looks up. Boy, I tell you, you got to protect the basketball with a really defensive-minded team like Douglas. They just took the ball away after the Tigers took the ball away.
And especially one that likes to run and gun and really get out on the fast break and get those transition points.
Here's Allison Olson. Shot's good. She'll get another one. And it's 32-33. Lander by a 1-point lead. 4:42 to go in the game.
Douglas is in the bonus now, too. That's 17th foul for Lander.
And that's the 15th point of the game by Allison Olson. We're tied at 33. Here come the Tigers. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. There's Olson. Out to Stauffenberg. In the corner, Winfield. No, too long. Rebounded by Talene Tendor for the Tigers. Lander keeps the ball. She's double-teamed off at the free throw line to Hansen. Hansen in the middle of the lane loses the basketball. It's tied up, and Lander will have it on the alternating possession.
That time Hansen had a little bit of tunnel vision, was looking inside. Far side angle, Demi Stauffenberg was wide open with nobody near her on the perimeter.
Here's the inbounds pass. Oh, and it goes knocked out of bounds, but that was Chloe Collins that had a hand on it. So Hansen takes it out of bounds in front of the Tiger bench. In it comes to Tendor. 4 minutes, 16 seconds. Tendor at the baseline in the corner. Cross key. It goes now over to Winfield for another one. Three! She got it. Winfield, her second three, and it goes 36-33. Lander by 3. There's a long outside one that's not good. Tip is up and in by Chloe Collins. It makes it a 1-point game, 36-35. Lander will have the basketball. Ball got knocked out of bounds on the inbounds. 3:53 to go. Here's the inbounds pass to Tendor. Whistle. Oh! And
you're kidding me.
Tendor is called with a player-controlled foul as she crashed into a Douglas player, and the personal foul against Talene is her second, so that will give the ball back to Douglas on the far side. Lander leading 36-35. Serrell wants a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Moreland, Basin, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Back again at Sweet Erickson T-Bird Gym in Casper, the semifinal of the Class 3A girls basketball tournament. Lander clinging to a 1-point lead, 36-35. And we are 9 ticks under 4 minutes to go. We're halfway through, and Douglas will have the ball on that offensive foul that was called on Tendor. And Josh, you were mentioning that the player was moving when Talene was going down the floor. She wasn't set at all, but the offensive foul was called. Okay, here we go. Lauren Olson inbounds it to Brooke Wright. Right on top of the key. Clock running, 3:48 to go. The ball's knocked away. A turnover, a steal by the Tigers. Down court, and another bad pass, and it's intercepted by Douglas. Tigers continue to do that bad passing. I don't understand why they're not more crisp passing. They were trying to hit the open person, but it was just too many Douglas players down there in the way. So here comes Olson. Allison off to Brooke Wright. Wright on the near side to DeGracia. DeGracia, far side, Brooke Wright. Underneath it goes. Fertig is fouled, or not Fertig. Allison is fouled as she goes to the line. Boy, you just don't want to foul her. She has now hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row.
That foul was on Stauffenberg.
And that was Demi's third. Shots up good. So we're going to give her now, that's 6 in a row for Allison. You just don't want to foul either of these girls, and they got a new one. So it goes 1 point lead now for Douglas on those 2 points. 3 minutes to go in the game. Douglas 37, Lander 36. Here's Hansen. Hansen on top of the key. Dribbles it to the left-hand wing. Hansen in the corner off to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg in the lane, lays it up and in! Demi Stauffenberg now with 8 points, and Lander goes out on top now. 38-37. In the corner, it's Brooke Wright, far side, underneath to Allison. She's trapped, puts up a shot. No, not good. She gets a rebound and scores. Allison Olson for 2, and it's now 39-38. Douglas with the lead. There's a shot up by the Tigers. Up off, not good. And Allison gets the rebound out of bounds, and a personal foul is going to be called on Talene Tendor. That's her third. Tigers now have 3 fouls on Tendor, Stauffenberg, Hansen, and Winfield.
And Douglas is, I believe they have been in double bonus. That's more than 10 team fouls for the Tigers here in the second half. So she will go to the line for 2.
Allison with 17, now 18 points. 2:15 to go in the game. It's a 2-point lead by Douglas. Here's the next free throw. It's up, and this one's not good. Rebounded by Stauffenberg. Outlet to Talene Tendor. Tendor brings it into the forecourt on top of the key. 40-38. Douglas leading with 2 minutes to go in the game. Tigers need to score. Here comes Talene Tendor. Off to Winfield. Winfield outside the arc on top of the key. Looking for someone to throw it to. Gives it to Tendor. She lost the handle, but Ryan Bell was right there to pick it up. Bell in the middle of the lane puts up a hook shot that's not good. And the rebound goes to the Olsen sisters.
Oh.
Here comes Lauren down the court. She stops and a timeout is called.
Demi got elbowed in the face, and Cyril is extremely hot because there was nothing called. It looked like it was kind of an intentional clear out, and she got hit in the head.
All right, the official is giving a warning now to Stauffenberg. And the other official coming over. And Stauffenberg yelled, "Are you asleep? How could you not?" Demi got clobbered in the face. And the officials now, I don't know what they're doing. Here comes the player in. That's what they were doing.
Yeah,
coming in is Kendall McFadden.
Saying since they stopped play for Stauffenberg, she has to come out at least for a little bit.
1:37 to go in the game. Douglas, defending 3-time state champion, leads by 2 over Lander. Here's the inbounds pass to Brooke Wright. Wright down the floor. On the far side, outside. She wanted to shoot a 3. Inside to Allison Olson. She can't shoot. She's blocked out. Whistle, double dribble. And boy, tell you what, the Lander fans were right on that one too.
Geez, that was, yeah, she went inside Tigers triple teamer. She picks up her dribble, and then when she can't go anywhere, she dribbles again. And again, another late call, but at least I got it right.
Here's Stauffenberg back in the game, and McFadden goes out. Here's Olson. She's pushed out of bounds, and a foul is going to be called, and they're going to call the foul on Jaden Meyer, and that will be the 5th foul on Douglas. I don't know what the Douglas fans are booing about. She got pushed out of bounds. Here's the inbounds pass. Here's Hansen. 1:11 to go. We got 70 seconds left in the game. Lander trails by 2. Here's Hansen in. Shots up, not good. Rebounded by Chloe Collins. Under a minute to go. There's a steal
and a foul.
And a push against Douglas. And Lander will now have their 6th team foul against Douglas. And it goes against Allison Olson, her first. Lander will get the ball out. 55 seconds to go. Whistle, timeout. Timeout on the floor. It's a 30. 55 seconds to go. Lander trails Douglas by 2.
Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops.
Back again, 55.9 seconds to go. Lander will have the ball on the baseline. Just got a text message from Brian Tucker, who said the player doesn't have to be set for that offensive player control foul. Thank you, Brian. Here's Megan Hansen, loses the basketball on top of the key. Fight for it. A jump ball.
He called timeout. Douglas called timeout.
Douglas called timeout. 43 seconds to go. Douglas leading by 2. And we're going to keep it right here, Josh. Boy, the Tigers have had some ball control issues this afternoon. Some bad passes, and it's cost them. Lander hasn't scored in a little bit here. They did have the lead, but now they don't. So 40-38.
And the big thing for the Tigers right now is they haven't done a whole lot of full court press or a lot of the traps that they do right at midcourt or right on the inbound pass, where they got a lot of points against Newcastle, and they've had a lot of turnovers throughout the season. Why they're not doing that today, I'm not sure. Maybe because they don't want to leave one of the Olsen sisters open, which is something you'll want to do when you have a good offensive power, especially 2 of them. You don't want to leave one of them open. But Tigers right now, they need to get a steal. The possession arrow is at Douglas right now, so jump ball will not help them.
Lander only has 2 timeouts left in the game. 43 seconds to go. Here we go. Here's Lauren Olson taking her time, still in the backcourt. Now into the forecourt. Ryan Bell on her. And there's almost a steal. Whistle! And another timeout by Cody Hellenbolt. That could have been a held ball. It'll be a full 31 seconds to go. We'll be back right after this.
Rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
Okay, we've got 31 and 4/10 seconds to go. Douglas will have the ball after the timeout by Cody Hellenbolt. And the Lander Tigers have 2 timeouts left. We have Stauffenberg, Hansen, Winfield, Tendor, and Bell out on the floor for the Tigers. In a battle here against the 3-time state defending champion Douglas Bearcat Lady Cats. Okay, here comes the whistle. And the inbounds pass comes to Allison Olson. Olson just holding the ball high above her head. Now over to Lauren Olson. 25 seconds to go. They're going to try to run the clock out here. And they're going to have a foul and a whistle.
Oh, offensive foul, moving screen.
An offensive foul goes against Jaden Meyer. That's her 3rd. Wow. And the Tigers will get the ball with 19 seconds to go, trailing by 2. There's the inbounds pass to Taline Tendor. Tendor coming down across the timeline. 14 seconds to go. And a whistle and a timeout called by Cyril Stauffenberg.
Good timeout.
As Tylene almost lost the ball.
Yeah, she came down across half court and she just about lost it there. Got a full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with and we'll be back after this.
Hi, this is Terry Banker. I'm minister at New Hope Christian Church in Lander, Wyoming. We want to support the kids of this area academically, athletically, and spiritually. Our address is 630 Mount Hope Drive. Come to Sunday school at 9:30 and our worship service at 10:45.
Back again at Sweet Erickson Casper College Thunderbird Gymnasium. 12.3 seconds to go. Lander trails by 2. Lander will have the basketball when time is resumed. Cyril Stauffenberg just called that quick timeout, which was very timely, Josh.
Yeah, Taline Tendor had pressure come in from the weak side defensively by Douglas. Just about lost possession. She did gather it back right as Stauffenberg called the timeout. So he keeps possession for the Tigers. He's drawn up a play here. Tigers need a 2 to tie, a 3 to take the lead. If you hit a 3-point basket here to take the lead with less than 5 seconds left, that would be the best opportunity for the Tigers.
Okay, it's Whitney Hansen to take the ball out for Lander. She gets the ball from the official. Here's the inbounds pass to Taline Tendor. Tendor off to Ryan Bell in the corner. She drives the baseline, puts up the shot, It's blocked. It's blocked by Jaden Meyer, and a foul with 1 second to go. Gosh darn it. The shot was blocked underneath the basket, and then on the rebound there was a foul with 1.3 seconds left in the game. Lauren Olson, who's 2 for 2 at the line, will go to the free throw line. Douglas is the 3-time state girls champion in Class 3A, and they are 1.8 seconds. They put another 0.5 of a second on the clock. They are 1.8 seconds away from another trip to the state championship. Cyril Stauffenberg is not happy with the official. He takes a timeout. We'll take it with him.
Former University of Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen is worthy of Wyoming.
23 plays into my first start here at the University of Wyoming. I dropped back, kind of went through a progression. I saw the middle of the field kind of open up. I decided to lower my shoulder. His helmet went straight into my collarbone here. We landed on the 20-yard line. At that moment, I knew something was really bad.
So Josh's collarbone was pretty bad. He had broken in multiple places and it required hardware fixation with the plate in order to get it back together.
It was devastating news to me and my family, just knowing that, it could have ended 23 plays in.
We had no question whether we could perform the surgery here given our wide range of varying subspecialties within orthopedics.
I would recommend Premier Bone and Joint Centers. The thing that made me feel really comfortable with them was they made it feel like your own family.
I think he'll have no problem performing in the NFL. His rehab and his recovery done very well.
Okay, Lauren Olson at the line. Whistle. Shot's good.
They're still going to count it even though the buzzer went off while she was in the middle of shooting it.
Lauren Olson, that makes it a 3-point game. If she sinks this one, it's all over for the Tigers. And no! Tigers get the rebound. Stauffenberg throws it down court. Douglas wins 41-38.
Man, there's just nothing you can say against the Tigers. They had a really good game. Defensively, offensively, did a really good job. Just a couple of bad turnovers, a couple of no calls. But definitely a lot of fight in this Tiger team. Definitely were the underdog coming in against the 3-time defending state champions. But definitely improvement from their last game. Their defense was awesome. They had great scoring opportunities, and that long run where Douglas took the 9-0 scoring run to end the first half, and then there in the second half when they had a lot of wide open 3-point opportunities that did not go in at all. That was going to be the point where the Tigers were not able to take advantage of it and push the lead to double digits. So it'll be those are probably the 2 big points where the Tigers say this is where we let it slip. But they're not done. It is a double elimination tournament. These same Lady Tigers will close out the season with an opportunity for 3rd place tomorrow morning at 10:30.
Well, the Tigers were outscored 17-10 in that 4th period of play. And of the points that Douglas had, of the 17 points, 9 of those came from the free throw line as the Tigers picked up some untimely fouls, which they did not do yesterday against Newcastle, and that's what kept them in the game. They were not fouling, and they had fouls to give at the end of the game. Today it was a different story, and they did not have those fouls to give. They were in the double bonus. So Lander shoots a field goal percentage for the game of 32.5%. They were only 22%, 5 of 22 from the three-point line.
Yep.
That really hurt. And from the free throw line, 7 of 9. Douglas, on the other hand, they shot 35% for the game. Free throws, they were only 10% from threes, 1 for 10, and they were 70% from the line, 14 to 20. Lander led at it was tied at halftime, 19-19. And, of course, the Douglas Bearcats outscore Lander by 3 in the second half. And the Tigers now will move into the 3rd place game, and that will be tomorrow at Casper College here against the loser of the next game, Buffalo and Rollins. Douglas, again, for the 4th time in as many years, goes into the championship game in a really nail-fighting, a tough one. Okay, that's about it. We've got to make way for another broadcaster. Josh Henninger and Ernie Over bringing you the game. We've got to step away. Again, the final score, Douglas Bearcats 41, Lander 38. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon for the 3rd place game.
They want the best for you, and they won't steer you wrong.
Let us show you why we're worthy of Wyoming.
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Frazier, Dr. Hinkle, Dr. Ballard, and Dr. Davis offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.